They don't control the world with guns. They don't need armies. They don't raise flags. They raise empires, because real power isn't about who holds the biggest weapon. It's about who holds your attention. And the billionaires of our age, they've turned attention into the most dangerous weapon in history. They don't fight for territory. They fight for your mind. They don't steal land, they steal time. Every scroll, every tap, every moment you give them is another brick in their invisible kingdom. You think you're choosing what to watch, what to buy, what to believe, but the truth is, they already chose for you. Long before you even opened your eyes this morning, they designed your reality. The colors you see, the voices you hear, the emotions you feel. All of it. Carefully crafted psychological warfare dressed as entertainment. You see, these men don't wake up thinking how to make more money. They already have more than they can ever spend. They wake up asking, how can I shape the world today? How can I bend emotions, bend decisions, bend truth itself until everyone moves exactly as I want them to? They control through illusion, through comfort, through the soft hypnosis of screens and status. They don't break you with fear. They tame you with desire. And desire, that's the sharpest blade of all. It starts small. A trending video, a new gadget, a promise of freedom. And before you know it, your thoughts are no longer yours. You're living inside their system, their algorithm, their dream. They whisper through headlines. They nudge through ads. They influence through every like, every share, every spark of digital pleasure. You think you're scrolling for fun, but they're scrolling through you. Every click you make feeds the machine. A machine built to understand you better than you understand yourself. It studies your fears, your insecurities, your desires, and then it sells them back to you. That's how the modern empire works. No swords, no soldiers, just psychology and code. They've learned that humans aren't logical creatures. We're emotional ones. So they built empires not on reason, but on impulse. Apple doesn't sell phones, it sells identity. Tesla doesn't sell cars, it sells rebellion. Amazon doesn't sell products, it sells ease. The illusion that life can be one click away from happiness. Every brand, every billionaire, every empire running on one simple formula. Make you feel something, and you'll follow. And the terrifying truth? It works every single time. You see, their power isn't in what they own. It's in what they control. The collective dream. They know that humans crave belonging, crave admiration, crave purpose. So they create systems that feed you just enough hope to keep you chasing. Just enough validation to keep you coming back. They make you think success looks like them. And so you buy what they buy, wear what they wear, chase what they chase. You build their world while believing you're building your own. That's the genius of their control. It doesn't feel like control. It feels like choice. But it's not your choice. Every piece of media you consume, every word you hear from their polished interviews, every smiling billionaire on a magazine cover, it's all part of the script. They don't just shape markets, and they shape reality. And the scariest part? They're not evil villains in dark rooms. They're brilliant strategists smiling in daylight, shaking hands, donating to charity, speaking about innovation, while quietly programming the way you think, dream, and desire. Power for them isn't about domination anymore. It's about dependency. Because when you depend on their systems or their platforms, their technologies, their approval, you've already surrendered. They don't need to own your body. They just need to own your attention. And attention once captured becomes devotion. You'll defend them. You'll worship them. You'll call them visionaries. But the truth? They just played your psychology better than anyone else. They are the architects of illusion, the masters of perception. And while the world sleeps, they are awake, building empires not of stone or steel, but of human thought. They don't need you to believe in them. They need you to believe in the dream they've designed for you. And that's the invisible war we're all living in. No bullets, no blood. Just persuasion, pure, elegant, and unstoppable. Because the greatest trick billionaires ever pulled was convincing the world that they're just successful people, when in truth they're the engineers of desire itself. It is power, the silent tricks that bend minds, the hidden triggers that build loyalty, the dark psychological patterns that keep the world turning. All for them. The invisible strings. They don't pull your strings with chains or ropes. They pull them with something softer. Your desires. They study what you crave, what keeps you awake at 2 a.m., staring at a glowing screen. They know the sound that makes your pulse rise, the color that makes your eyes stop scrolling, and the words that make your heart whisper, I need this. This is not power in the old sense of the word. It's not soldiers. It's not armies. It's suggestion. They don't tell you what to do, they make you want to do it. Every ad you see, every recommended for you post, every notification that buzzes when you're about to close your eyes, isn't random. It's a calculated pulse, timed perfectly to keep your attention hostage. The billionaires, they don't sell products anymore. They sell dopamine. They build temples of addiction disguised as apps and brands, feeding you just enough pleasure to keep you coming back, but never enough to set you free. They call it innovation. We call it progress. But behind the glowing screens, it's a silent hypnosis you think you're choosing, but they already chose for you. The moment you clicked agree, without reading the fine print, they know your favorite influencer, your guilty playlist, your weekend mood. They built algorithms that mirror your soul. And then, they own the mirror. They don't need to read your mind, you gave them your mind. In every search, every like, every yes you thought was harmless. This is not conspiracy. It's commerce. And the more they know about you, the less you know about yourself. Because one day you stop asking, why do I want this? You just want it, and that's when they've won. They turned your thoughts into currency. Your attention, their gold mine. Your time, their product. And while you chase discounts, likes and shiny dreams, they're building empires on the fragments of your focus. You see, control in the modern world doesn't look like domination. It looks like convenience. It feels like comfort. It smells like luxury. But every bit of ease you enjoy is another thread in their web. And when all those threads tighten at once, you realize you can't move without permission. You can't think without influence. You can't want without design. That's how billionaires rule, and not from thrones, but from the invisible throne inside your mind. And the scariest part? You thank them for it. The silent empire. They've built their kingdom in plain sight. But the walls aren't made of stone. They're made of data, attention, and your silence. You see, every empire in history fell to rebellion. Except this one. Because no one sees the cage. It's invisible. It's digital. It's psychological. And maybe that's the genius of it. They don't force you to obey. They make you believe you're free. You wake up, you scroll, you buy, you dream. But none of it feels like control, does it? It feels like life. They've mastered the oldest art of all. The art of illusion. They learned it from emperors, preachers, and magicians. Keep the people entertained, and they'll never notice the strings. Every breaking news, every trending hashtag, every celebrity scandal that fills your feed, it's not just distraction, it's direction. Because when your eyes are busy watching the smoke, you'll never see who lit the fire. They don't want thinkers. They want dreamers. Dreamers who work, buy, scroll, repeat, until they forget the taste of silence. The truth? They don't fear your anger. They fear your awareness. Because the moment you see through the illusion, the moment you stop dancing to their tune, their power starts to fade. But they know most people won't. Because awareness takes effort, and effort is uncomfortable. So they feed you comfort like medicine. Soft pillows, endless shows, one-click pleasures, until your mind forgets it was ever meant to fight back. You think they're billionaires because they're smarter? No. They're billionaires because they understand you better than you understand yourself. They read your habits like open books, and they write the next chapter before you even think of turning the page. But here's the hidden truth they'll never tell you. Power isn't taken. It's given. And every time you trade your attention for amusement, your privacy for convenience, your silence for comfort, you hand them another piece of your freedom. The scariest part isn't that they control you. It's that you let them, because their greatest weapon is your trust. So what now? Do you smash the screens? Do you rage at the system? No, that's what they expect. The real rebellion begins quietly, in awareness, in choosing what you watch, in asking why before you click, in remembering that your attention is sacred, and your mind is the last kingdom left unbroken. They can own everything, but not the way you think. Not if you refuse to be programmed. Because in the end, the only way to break free from the dark psychology of billionaires is to turn their greatest weapon, awareness, against them. And when you do, their empire doesn't burn in fire. It burns in silence. Because the moment the world stops listening to their lies, the echo of their power dies. The question is, will you wake up or keep scrolling?